Hey guys, so many people grow up thinking that just having a mortgage payment is a normal part of life and that everybody has to go through it at some point or another. You see, grown adults around you are buying their own homes and talking about their mortgage payments as if it's just another expense in life, another bill that they have to pay on a regular basis. It's almost as if this is a milestone in life that you have to go through at some point or another. But guys, the thing is that just because it's a normal thing does not mean that it's a good idea. There's a lot of stress that comes with mortgage payments, but people just do not want to talk about this because it is considered a normal thing. So guys, let me break down all of this for you in this video, but before I do so, in case you're new around here, my name is Anima and welcome to the channel. I'm a corporate executive with over 15 years of experience in both sales and finance. My videos break down complex financial concepts to help you on your financial journey, whether you're just starting out or if you're already a seasoned pro. So guys, let's jump into today's topic, which is everyone thinks mortgage payments are normal. It's not. So guys, let's go ahead and begin. Alright, so right now, mortgage payments are a lot higher than they have been even just a few years ago. That is a big difference that most people don't fully grasp. The interest rates have risen significantly compared to when money was cheap to borrow. That means the same house today could cost a lot more per month than it used to, even if the price hasn't actually risen much at all. There are people out there paying hundreds of dollars or even thousands of dollars more per month just because of the interest rates. And when you commit to a mortgage, you're stuck with the payment for a very long time. We're talking about 15, 20, even 30 years. That's a huge chunk of your life. Most people don't take the time to think about what that means. Guys, a mortgage is not just another bill that you can simply cut back on or stop paying if things get tough. It's a huge responsibility. And when you sign a mortgage, you're essentially signing a contract to pay a lot of money every single month, no matter what happens to you. Whether your job situation changes, whether your income decreases, or whether something unexpected happens, you're still expected to pay that money on a monthly basis. And it is exactly that pressure that can build over time, even though everything may seem fine on the surface. Many people don't understand just how stressful this can feel until they're already in too deep. And guys, by that point, it's really not easy to get out of it. Now, here's something else that surprises a lot of people when they really look into how mortgages work. In the beginning, most of your payment isn't actually going towards owning your house. Most of it is going towards your interest, which is basically just the cost of borrowing that money from the bank. So, while it might seem like every month you're making huge payments towards your house, the reality is that for a while, not much of it actually goes towards the house. It can take years before any real progress is made on the actual loan. So, for a while, it's like you're just paying the bank and not actually yourself. And there's this common idea that floats around that every time you make a payment, you get richer. Well, the reality is, guys, it doesn't work like that. And unfortunately, on top of all of that, your mortgage isn't always as set and predictable as you think. Of course, a big part of it is going to stay the same, but there are other costs that may fluctuate over time. Property taxes may rise based on where you live and what your house is valued at. Insurance premiums may also rise, especially if the market and the risks in your area fluctuate. And as a result, your overall costs may slowly rise over time. Many people, unfortunately, don't expect this because they're locked in at a certain number their entire life. In fact, their costs may even rise over time without them even doing a thing. And that can really shock them if they're not prepared for this. So guys, I'm just curious. Let me know if you own a home, if you're renting a home, how much are you spending every single month? What's your interest rate at? What percentage is it? How much are you actually having to fork over to the bank just to live at the property that you're at? Please comment that down below. And guys, another thing that people don't really talk about enough is the fact that having a mortgage really limits you. When you're renting, you're usually able to move if your situation changes. You may need to move to a new city or take a new job or do a variety of other things. But when you own a home with a mortgage, you're kind of tied to that location. Selling a house takes time, it takes effort, it takes money, and it doesn't always happen quickly. If the market isn't good, you might even have to sell at a loss. And unfortunately, that makes it harder to make quick decisions in your life. And so, guys, I always tell people, all the people that I educate financially, flexibility is something that people don't value enough until they actually lose it. And here's also something else people don't think about, and it's called house poor. And believe it or not, it happens a lot more often than people think. Being house poor is when a person owns a home, but their money is going towards their mortgage. So on paper, they appear to be successful because they own a home, but in real life, they are stressed out about their finances. And they can't even live off of their money the way that they want to. All they can do is just make one payment a month. But people are unaware of it until they are already in it. And then, of course, there's also what's called lifestyle pressure, which comes along with having a mortgage. Even though people may not necessarily want to say it out loud, the truth is they do get stuck. And when a large part of your income is going into a home, it means that you don't have as much for other things in life. This might include things like traveling, saving, investing, or even what you enjoy having just from a general standpoint. Mortgages make it difficult for you to say yes to other opportunities in life due to you having to pay that every single month. And this in turn might affect your lifestyle in a way that even though it's not necessarily the mortgage just in and of itself, it's what you give up in life in exchange for having a mortgage. This is something that people might not be aware of until, again, they are actually living it. And guys, I repeat this all the time. Just note that because you own a house, it doesn't mean that you're becoming wealthy. Many people think that just because they have a house with a mortgage, they're doing something smart financially. But of course, this depends on a number of different factors, including the price you paid, your interest rate, and how long you plan on actually staying at that house. If your house hasn't gained much value in equity, or if you end up selling too early, you might not become wealthy at all. And of course, if you've made a large number of payments along the way, then you've just siphoned off your money this entire time. Now, while the idea of it sounds good, the reality of the situation is that it might be quite different. And you should also consider the amount of time that these payments will actually be made. Just think about it. 30-year mortgage. As a number, that sounds like a very, very long time, even if it doesn't feel quite so much like that initially. You think about how much your life might change in 30 years. Your goals, your job, your family, your priorities, any of those things might change, but your mortgage will be the same unless you refinance or you sell your home. So you're basically promising your future self something based on a decision that you're making today. And that's a lot of responsibility, something that most people don't really think through. And yeah, it's easy to say yes without necessarily thinking it through. Social pressure sometimes plays a big part in that decision. Sometimes you always hear people say things like renting is like throwing away money. And what does that do? That makes people feel like they are doing something wrong if they don't own a house. However, this is not always the case, especially in today's market. It can actually be the better choice in some situations depending on what you're able to do. Sometimes it could be more cost effective and give you more flexibility. However, because of what people hear when they are younger, they don't even consider it as an option. They just follow what everybody else is doing. So guys, I am curious, just let me know. If you've purchased a home and you have a 30-year mortgage on it, let me know what your interest rate is. Let me know how things have changed over time for you. Let me know if there's ever been a moment where you feel stuck that you maybe shouldn't have bought in the home, or just examples of why it was even beneficial for you to buy the home. But yeah, please comment it down below. Guys, at the end of the day, the truth is having a mortgage might be a good choice for some people, but it may not necessarily be the best choice for everyone. It depends on a number of factors, including your income, your stability, and the market in which you are buying a home. What may be good for one person may not be as good for another. The problem, however, is that most people don't really think about it in this way. They simply assume it is the next step in their life, and that is where people may get into trouble. Making big decisions, no matter what they actually are, without really questioning what you're getting yourself into, is an absolute risk, especially when it is a decision that lasts for a long time. Again, at the end of the day, you have to be aware of what you're actually signing up for. A mortgage is not just a monthly payment, it is a commitment that will affect your life, it will affect your freedom, it will affect your stress levels, and your future. Just because everybody else is doing it doesn't mean that it's right for you. You always have to ask yourself questions like this and ensure that it makes total sense. Being aware of the downsides does not mean that you have to avoid it, it just means that you're making a smarter decision. Guys, if you watched this video all the way through, I really appreciate you watching it, and your support helps this channel grow. If you could please smash that like button, hit the subscribe, and leave comments down below. You're really going to help the community that we're building here and let people become financially free in their future. Thank you again for watching the video through. I make new videos every other day, and again, I really appreciate you watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.